Today marks 1442nd day. Share lessons I learn and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dream, to help achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I want to make a very simple day. I want to focus on seven words that start with A. But are very, very important to really to become the best version of ourselves. So this is very simple because I think that sometimes we need to look into what are the words, because the words are power when you use the right words. So I think that it's very important to learn the vocabulary of high achievers. That's the thing that is when think about not successful people and successful people are the way how we think, but the way how we think is a lot of times dictated by the words that we have available in our vocabulary. So I think that it's very, very important to remind ourselves of what are the most important words in personal growth. And today we'll speak about seven words that starts with A. And I think that I like the thought that every single day bringing some words to really reflect on. But today I focus on seven words that starts with A that are extremely important to achieve the best version of ourselves, to become the best version of ourselves and achieve our vision. So number one is awareness. Awareness. Awareness is one of the most beautiful things because I think that if we really do not have awareness, we might live our life on autopilot, on default plans that actually not fitting us. I think that we need to not accept default and we really say that I want to choose my life. I want to be that person who makes decisions and choices for myself rather than default programming by culture, society, and parents, friends, whatsoever. So I think that awareness is always work with clarity. The more clarity you have about yourself, the easier to make decisions. And the easier to make decisions, the easier to really take that action and execute. Because when it's hard to make the decision, of course, what you do, you procrastinate. So awareness is the key in a foundational thing when I think about really becoming the best version of ourselves. Number two is authenticity. Authenticity is one of the key aspects of achieving the best version of ourselves because one thing is that when you are not authentic, when you have a mask on yourself, what happens is that you sometimes develop mask rather than yourself. So if you want to develop ourselves, we need to remove that mask. It's so interesting that you can develop that mask that you put on yourself, and after a while realize that so much time, effort, energy were put to develop the mask. Rather than remove the mask and developing true you, and it can be authentic you. Sometimes that authentic you will be weaker for a short period of time, less skilled, less in a lot of different areas, maybe rejected, maybe abandoned. But I think that sometimes that rejection is our protection. Sometimes the rejection is direction and redirection to the right way. I think it's very important to really have that authenticity because I think that otherwise, if we live without authenticity, we have inner conflict, and that inner conflict doesn't allow us to have meaning, fulfillment, and all those beautiful emotions really achieve the best version of ourselves. Number three is adaptability. And adaptability is understanding that life is unpredictable. Life is unpredictable, and we're not supposed to be rigid. And I think that when we have rigid rules, expectations, and those are not met, we have frustration and a lot of different emotions that are negative. But when you're adaptable, resourceful, and you're able to I will be able to make things happen. I'm willing to change myself. I'm willing to evolve, transform myself into a person necessary to achieve different visions, different paths, different inspirations, because it might be that it will change because of the external circumstances and because of the internal new perspectives. Number four is action. Probably everyone understands that in personal growth, action is one of the key words because I think a lot of times we have the knowledge or intention, but knowledge intention will not lead far. It's great to have great intention, but if you have just great intentions, you will die most likely with regrets because the action really transforms that intention to something meaningful. So that means that when we really want to say is my life is moving, and said it's too slow. It might be like, okay, what kind of actions do I take? What kind of actions? Because sometimes maybe I say like, oh, I'm reflecting and growing and developing. I build my intentions. I build my understanding. I build my knowledge. But I do not take action. I do not implement it. That's sometimes is a big separator between unsuccessful people and successful people. Number 5 is accountability. Beautiful, beautiful words. Accountability. Take account. Take account of your actions. Take account of your mistakes. Take account of the things that you did well and you didn't do well. Because accountability is not just about doing things wrong and taking ownership of that. I think that's very, very important. But I think that this accountability is partly as well to take ownership, accountability of the things that you do right. People have a tendency, including myself, to really avoid looking into positive because they said, I just need to improve, I need to improve. Then we have a tendency to look into bad things. And when we focus just on bad things, we start to really think about that we are not capable. So that means we need to take accountability on both sides. The things that we did wrong and not blame anyone and just say, this is my fault, this is my responsibility, I will fix it. And for the good things, we can say, this is exactly, I took ownership of that as well. I take ownership because I did it, I worked for it, I developed myself to really make things happen. Number 6 is a beautiful word again, abundance. Abundance. And again, just as a scarcity mindset and abundance mindset. There's a huge difference. I think that the most important part to understand that when you pursue a business, when you pursue a life, when you pursue anything, there could be a difference in there's not enough or there's always enough. Especially in a business, I think that it's very important to understand that I want to compete in competition, but maybe I'm able to compete with myself, to improve myself so much that it doesn't matter about competition because there is abundance of customers, there is abundance of business, there is abundance of everything, there is abundance of my energy. When you have that abundance mindset, it's so much easier to really live our life based on meaning, purpose, rather than fear and comparison. A last one, word number 7 is aspiration. Aspiration. Such a beautiful word, aspiration. What you aspire to be. Who aspired you? I think that's very, very, very important to really find people that you could be aspired to become, to aspire to do what they do, to aspire to have what they have. Because I think there's a beautiful thing to have, to be the person, to be a leader, be a father, be a mentor, to do the things like mentorship, coaching, but at the same time have a mentee, have a family, have kids. There are so many things to have as well, even though sometimes having is materialism, but sometimes having the true meaning things in our life is very important. Like having a vision is a great thing. And then we need to understand who I need to become to achieve that vision. And what do I need to do to achieve that vision? Who I need to be to achieve vision, what I need to do to achieve vision, and what do I need to have? And I think that is when you have all those things in place, it's much easier to really achieve our goals. And as again, aspirations is coming a lot. Why do I want those things? As well as really understanding it again, partly of awareness and being able to really push through all comfort zones because that aspiration is so big that really willing to really build the courage, confidence, everything necessary to make that action every single day, to execute, just to make sure that we're able to really achieve that vision and grow into becoming the best version of ourselves. So I hope that you will reflect as well. What are the best words for you from a letter A? Maybe the other letters, but what are the most important words in your life that starts with A? I think it's very, very important to really expand our vocabulary and think about what kind of words do I want to see in my life more often. Because what you focus on expands, and if you focus on positive words, we will be able to expand it. Because I think sometimes we say what we do not want, but again, what we focus on, that's expand. So rather than focus on what we do not want, we always need to focus on what we do want. And then if I said that those 7 words: abundance, aspiration, accountability, action, adaptability, authenticity, and awareness. This is what we want. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.